Hey, hello everyone. Today we are going to continue working on elements of the 12,000 mile service. So today's project is checking the valve adjustment in my 2016 R1200RT. So this is a liquid cooled version of the RT. This project is exactly the same for the GS, the liquid cooled version of the GS. But it's due on my RT, so we're going to do the RT. So let's get to it. Okay, the first step in our project is to remove the valve cover. So I have these TourTech valve protectors, so I'm going to remove this. Then we'll, with these two screws right here, remove this, pull the coil, remove the spark plug, and then we can get access and remove the valve cover. All right, now we're going to remove this this clip so we can pull the coil. Be careful not to break this clip. I have my coil puller tool. All right, and now we'll take out the spark plug. All right, with a 14 millimeter deep socket, we will take out the spark plug. All right, there we go. Okay, with a T50 Torx, we're now going to remove all three of these. All right, we've got it all unbolted. I've got a catch pan down here to catch some oil, so now we'll just loosen this up and take the cover off. All right, I think we got it. There we go. A little bit of oil. Perfect. All right, now that we take an inspection here closely, so you can see here are the cams. This is the intake valves. These are the exhaust valves. So we need to make sure that the motorcycle is in top dead center. I've put the bike in 6th gear, so it'll make it easy to rotate. Both sides, both valve covers and spark plugs need to be removed to make it easy to rotate. I'm going to use a chopstick to press up against the piston inside here, and I'm trying to find top dead center so I can rotate the rear wheel and find out when it's in its top position. There we go. I think I've about got it right there. So I've got my feeler gauge here. The clearance on the intake valves should be 0.10 millimeters to 0.17 millimeters. So I'm now going to start at 0.1 and see how we do. Okay, that's definitely clear there. So if we're up, this is 0.013, or 0.13, I should say. That just barely fits. Okay. 0.01, 0.13. Let's go up just a hair. So I still had clearance there. 0.15 millimeters. Nope, that does not go through. All right, so we were at 0.13 millimeters, which is inside the clearance of 0.1 millimeters to 0.17 millimeters for the intake valves. Okay, so now we're going to measure the exhaust valve clearance. So it is 0.34 to 0.41. So I've got a 0.35 right here. It's best to remove this little guy right here so that we can get underneath to the valves. Ooh, that's a nice tight fit. All right, so we're at 0.35. All right, so both of them are within the clearance. So down here we're at 0.35. Should be between 0.34 and 0.41. Okay, I've checked both sides now, and they are both within tolerance. So let's put everything back together. We'll start by putting this little guy back in. There we go. All right, put the valve cover back on. I'm gonna get a little oil on the gasket here. Okay. All right, clean off a little bit of oil there. And we'll tighten this up. Okay, so we've hand tightened it, and now we're going to torque it to 10 Newton meters. Okay. Okay, now we're going to put the spark plug back in. So if you're going to replace them, it's the NGK LMAR8DJ. All right, we also torqued the spark plugs to 10 Newton meters. There we are, 10. Okay, we'll replace the coil, reconnect the connector here, make sure it's seated properly. Okay. All right, we'll reinstall these pieces right here. These TourTech valve covers, I need to replace, put these back on to wrap up the job. All right, that's it. Not too bad. Let's fire up the engine. Okay, that does it. We have successfully checked the valve clearances on my R1200RT. This is a job that used to really intimidate me, and I hope for you, now that you've seen this video, follow along. This is a project that won't intimidate you either. It's straightforward. It just seems intimidating. I didn't mention it earlier, but I normally change the oil after I do the valve clearance check. But if you don't change the oil at the same time, you may need to top up your oil a little bit. So remember that. All right, let's give her a try. Okay, thanks for joining. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. and we'll see you next time. Thanks.